Nearly 2 weeks ago, when the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, my colleague Ali Velshi spoke to a Ukrainian minister from his car on the outskirts of Kyiv. We asked him if the Ukrainian government would fall and what he would do, and his response was defiant.
You do not feel that they're going to succeed in taking out your administration and your government?
No way.
What will you do if they occupy Kyiv? What happens? What are your contingency plans? Will you go west to Lviv? Will you form a government in exile if the Russians force you to?
They will never take Kyiv.
2 weeks into this, the capital city of Kyiv is still standing. The Russian military is now advancing as it lays siege to other major cities. But for now, Kyiv remains under Ukrainian President Zelensky's control. I'm joined now by that same man, the same minister, Alexander Tkachenko. He's the Ukrainian Minister of Culture and Information Policy. It's very good to have you. 2 weeks later, I want to check in and ask how you're doing and how you feel about whether the Russians will be able to successfully take your city.
I can repeat, never, because, of course, situation is not good, it's bad, because people were killed, and you saw the pictures from Mariupol, which is awful, and it's really war crime, but at the same time it's good, because we are continuing resistance, and we will, because resistance is our soul. For many centuries, more than millennium, we were fighting for our independence. So, and we'll do, and victory will be with us.
You know, obviously, this is an extraordinary time for the people of your country. And I was reading some reporting about the fact that obviously Ukraine is a large place, 44 million people. Like any country of that size, there's internal political divisions. People disagree about all kinds of things. You've got different parties. And there was a fault line around sort of, you know, wanting to be closer to Russia, be closer to EU and NATO. Russian speakers, Ukrainian speakers, that much of that has changed in the face of the onslaught, that the political divisions that were there have kind of gone away. Even folks from like the Party of Regions, for instance, which had been very aligned with Russian interests, kind of renouncing their past support for that. What is it like inside your government right now and among the governing class of your country?
People from different parties, different views are united. We even have unprecedented situation when all channels, different private channels, are united in one air. So they change in schedule, and each channel supported by other channel. So we have one picture in all channels at the same time. And we are going to organize Russian-speaking channel quite soon. To show for Russian-speaking population, not only in Ukraine, but mainly in Russia and in Europe, what's really going on in Ukraine. Because as Putin, as former KGB man, his first weapon is disinformation. When Putin speaks, it means he lies. And lie kill people now physically. So that's why we're trying to switch off Russian channels from European satellite platforms and instead put Ukrainian channels. That's my goal.
What is it like to govern during this crisis? I mean, how much is Kyiv intact as a place that's where you have power and water and access to food and can meet with fellow members of the government? Obviously, there's very big concerns about your safety, about President Zelensky's safety. That must be weighing on you heavily as well.
We are with Mr. Zelensky are from media business. And you, as a person who hosts the program, know that we used to be under the stress. And during the stress, we are concentrated, and I have no doubt in Zelensky's ability to lead the nation in this period of time. The same is with government. So we see our leader, we're united, we're working from day to night, almost 24/7, and it means that we need to do our best to support our soldiers, to support our territorial defense, to make possible this victory in which we are sure.
I think if anyone like yourself had their way, right, a magic wand, it would be for Putin to just retreat tomorrow, say this was stupid, get out of here, right? That seems an unlikely. You're laughing because I think that's an unlikely outcome, unfortunately.
No, but he can be killed by his surrounders.
Right. Well, I guess that segues to my question to you of what you think what is an achievable outcome for your country? How do you think about the end of this as a victory that's an achievable one?
I tell you a story how my relatives welcome me at morning. As a member of government, they think that I know when Americans will give us aircrafts and new air defense systems. So that's the main question, because without assistance of our alliance, as Zelensky told, it will be quite hard to continue resistance. And this weaponry is hardly needed. Drones, aircrafts, anti-air systems, that's what we really need to see. And of course, joining of European Union, which is a symbolic gesture for the country which for ages lives in Europe. And now, because of this resistance to barbarians, because I can't call these soldiers who are trying to not only kill people, but also ruin, they call this liberation, but they liberate people from their homes, from their lives. Their threatening and ruined culture heritage in Ukraine from what they believe is their own, because they think that history belongs and everything belongs as former Soviet territory to them. It's not. It's not true from the historic point of view and from values point of view, which is very important. Because when Russian soldiers are invading to Ukrainian cities in occupied territories, they are still scenes from homes.
Yeah.
And I have no words.
Alexander Tkachenko, I really do appreciate you at 3 in the morning under incredible duress and stress taking some time to talk to us here in the States. Thank you very much, sir.
Slava Ukraini.